Good evening, and we're talking about the rapture of the church, and we're going to talk this in tonight's session about the 24 elders that are described in the book of Revelation. And this particular reason that we're talking about this is that this is actual proof that the church is will be taken before the tribulation period begins, and it's quite evident who the 24 elders represent as you read through and understand this particular group. I'm going to be reading from my notes about these 24 elders. It says, the presence of the 24 elders in heaven during the judgments on earth. There is no doubt that the issue of the 24 elders is critical to the whole argument of pre-tribulationism. Here are the facts about the 24 elders. They sit on thrones around the throne of Yahuwah in heaven. You'll find that in Revelation chapter 4, verse 4. And they are also clothed in white raiment. They have crowns of gold on their heads. They are pictured as ones who fall down before Yahuwah and worship him, casting their crowns at his feet. Revelation chapter 4, verse 10 through 11. Also, Revelation chapter 5, verse 14. They also are pictured as falling down before the Lamb and having harps and bowls of incense, representing the prayers of the saints. They sing a new song about the worthiness of the Lamb. Revelation chapter 5, verses 9 and 10. The very fact that the 24 elders are seen in heaven and not on earth during the judgments of the tribulation, they refer to the church age believers only. Some post-tribbers try to say that these elders are angels. They're not. They're representatives of the church itself, and they're in heaven during this time frame, before the tribulation period begins, and that begins in Revelation chapter 6. The description of these 24 elders in Revelation 4:4 connects them with the promises to the church age believers in Revelation chapter 2 and chapter 3. The words about them sitting on thrones reminds us of Revelation 3:21. The reference to them being clothed in white raiment connects us with the words of Revelation 3:5. The picture of them with crowns of gold on their heads remind us of Revelation chapter 2 verse 10 and Revelation 3:11. Revelation chapter 3 verse 10 says, because you have kept the word of my patience, or kept being patient to keep my word. This is the Messiah speaking here. He said, I will keep you from the hour of temptation which shall come upon the whole world to try them that dwell upon the earth. In this one verse that gives the primary understanding of the pre-tribulational rapture of the church. The debate over this verse between pre-tribulationists and post-tribulationists seems to center on whether it's a promise of immunity from the judgments of the tribulation or a promise of the removal from this awful period of time known as the day of the Lord or the day of Yahuwah. One thing is for sure, it is the promise of Yahushua himself. I also will keep you. A few things must be kept in mind concerning the meaning of this verse. The preposition following the word keep is a Greek word ek, whose primary root meaning is out of. Did you hear that? The primary meaning of the Greek word here is out of. So when he was, what the Messiah, Mashiach, was saying here, he was saying that I will keep you from, he actually was saying I'll keep you out of the hour of tribulation. This is the primary meaning of this Greek word. And it teaches us removal and not immunity. Another thing along that same lines is that, as some post-tribulationists try to tell you, is that the church will be protected during the tribulation is not accurate. In fact, if you read through the book of Revelation, you'll find that the enemy, or Shaitan, Satan, is given power over the saints, and they will be beheaded, they will be killed, and the thing about it is, if this promise that Yahushua, the Messiah, made to the church is one of of protection during the tribulation period, then it just doesn't correspond to what the scriptures indicate. That's because it's a whole different group of people that the scripture's talking about. These are tribulation saints who have come to know the Messiah during the tribulation. These are not the saints of the church. They have already been raptured and taken to the Father's house. So I hope this helps you and clears up some issues that you may have had. This is more evidence of the proof that the rapture happens before the tribulation and not after. Thank you again for your time. We'll pick this up on our next session. And until then, shalom.